Hey fam, what's up, what's up, what's up? This is Robert Anton here, robertantonnyc, coming to you with your no frills, the voice commentary from a singer. Woo! Let me tell you, it's been one weekend for me, y'all just don't know, but I am back, I am here, I am ready, I am watching The Voice. Tonight the knockout rounds begin, and the coaches' team members will go head to head once again, but they'll be doing dueling solo performances, and they each get to pick their own song. Taylor Swift will be helping out to advise each contestant on their performances, and each coach only has one steal before going into the live rounds. Okay, so we started out with TeamGwen. We had Bryana Salaz versus Joans, and Bryana chose Heart Attack by Demi Lovato, and Bryana was blowing the song away in her first rehearsal, and Taylor Swift started out advising her to connect more to the lyric, and it also advised her to not be so shouty in the beginning. She was trying to tell her to let the performance build and to bring things in and out, and she told her at one part to go into a little falsetto, and Joans is doing Love on Top by Beyonce, and Taylor called her a stunning performer and complimented her natural tone, while Gwen asked her to lose it for this song. She just wanted her to let loose. Bryana looked like a cute young girl in this and sounded just as sweet and polished as you'd expect from her. She was a little too amped to really bring all her falsetto to the higher notes in the first part of the song. She was pretty intense though much of the whole time, but then she finally reined it in, and in one part she did give us the little falsetto that Taylor had asked for and gave us the big notes near the end. Very nicely done. Sugar was a smooth diva starting out this performance, though her stage movements were a little canned. Some of the stuff she was doing, I was just like, we gotta find something different. It wasn't very natural to me. She didn't quite leave behind her growl in this. She pulled it back some, but I thought that Gwen had told her to lose it. She didn't really lose it. She just pulled it back a little bit. She came off just a little gruff and rough near the end of the song. Pharrell was standing before she finished. So Adam said Gwen has to choose between ridiculously incredible and unbelievably amazing and favored Bryana. Blake said it's not normal for someone Bryana's age to do that and said he's downloading the single. Pharrell said Bryana is primed and ready to go and told Sugar he was upset that he didn't turn around and promised to steal her. Then Gwen chose Bryana Salaz as the winner because she said she has so much potential, and Pharrell made good on his promise and chimed in to steal Sugar, and no one else did, so she goes to TeamPharrell. Next up, TeamBlake, Griffin versus James David Carter. You've Got a Friend by James Taylor, and of course he does a country version of the song, and Blake advised him to find a place to have a big note in the song, while Taylor said he was doing some really cool riffs. And Griffin chose As Long As You Love Me by Justin Bieber, and I wasn't liking the sound of his voice in the clip of the rehearsal, and Taylor advised him to incorporate more rock into the performance, and Blake advised him to watch his breathing. So in the performance, James started out sitting in a chair on the stage, and I wrote, didn't they have a high stool for him? Y'all know I do not like when people are sitting down in a chair. I want them to be up so they can present, you know, and all that good stuff, but whatever, he was doing his thing. He had a mellow tone on the song and also played the guitar. Pharrell was singing along and the audience was clapping along, but it felt kind of sleepy to me. Did y'all feel that? I don't know. Let me know down in the comments. And he didn't really find a big moment to shine on the song. So I was like, okay, let's see what Griffin does. Griffin sounded just a little strange on this to me though. Not bad, just not as good as he did on his last performance. You know, he really came out of the box with that, and this just wasn't bringing it for me. I think it just felt a little tense and wasn't really connected to the lyric very well, but it seemed so short. Maybe I couldn't tell, but I could tell, but it was just like so short. Pharrell stood for him, and Pharrell said James brought his own flavor and said Griffin brought his own thing. Gwen said she had goosebumps on James's performance and preferred him. Adam said James did amazing work and said Griffin did a man version of this song. Cutting Bieber, you know? Why you gonna do that? It's just so easy. Why you gonna do that? And Blake chose James David Carter. He said because he took a big chance on this song. And hey, if you guys are taking a big chance on me, make sure to thumb it up. Let me know that you're enjoying the commentary. Y'all know I got so much stuff going on and I'm really not feeling well right now, but I am here for you, so make sure to thumb it up. Thank you very much for your thumbs. TeamPharrell was up next with Danica Shirey versus Katriz Trinidad, and Danica Shirey chose Saving All My Love For You by Whitney Houston. And Pharrell prepped her by telling her to see her fiance while singing this song before she even started her first rehearsal. And she has a big, beautiful voice and blew them away on rehearsal. And Pharrell said she made them feel what she wanted them to feel. And she got nothing but compliments on this rehearsal. No critique, no nothing else. Oh, you did great, girl. Just make sure to do that in performance. Then Katriz Trinidad chose Superwoman by Alicia Keys. And Taylor called her voice effortless and powerful and very polished. Pharrell and Taylor were both advising her though to be a little more raw and gritty because they said she does does come off very polished and everything very placed, and they just kind of wanted her to let go more and just feel the song. So I wrote, Danica has such a listenable tone and beautiful restraint. She has some nice runs on this performance and good emotion, and she did more than enough to make the song her own. She had a sweet ending too. Katriz knew she had an uphill battle. She got to watch what Danica did, right? And she was ready to rise to the challenge. She was tapping into some sweet spot in her voice all through the beginning of this. I loved her tone as much as Danica, though she came off as not as polished as her, surprisingly, and she surely has a lot of voice and a lot of potential. I loved how she was ramping it up near the end of the song, but sometimes it looked like she couldn't decide whether to be fierce or whether to be cute, you know, so she would be smiling and she would get a little, you know, and then she'd be like, so it was alright, it was alright, she did her thing. Gwen told Katriz she had a lot of stage presence and called them both amazing. Adam called Danica the one to beat and complimented Katriz. Blake said Katriz gave it 200% and said she couldn't look any cuter and called Danica a perfect singer. And Pharrell chose Danica Shirey because she had a breakthrough and no one stole Katriz. And I think the breakthrough, she was saying that her confidence is really down, and she really came off very confident and just very in place on this. And she's really becoming the front runner really quickly. Team Adam was up next with Damien versus Toya Joans. Why you gotta do it to me? Why you gotta do it to me? Oh my God, why you gotta do that? So Damien chose How Do I Live by Leanne Rimes, and Taylor called him amazing and said she wanted to cry because he's vulnerable and strong at the same time. Adam told him to do exactly what he did and not to overdo it on the stage. Toya Joans chose Crazy in Love by Beyonce, and Adam was advising her to choose the biggest parts of the song and make sure to do them. And Taylor was trying to get her to play up the craziness in the song and also advised her to establish the melody in the first verse, which is always good advice. Establish the melody and then veer away from it so that everybody knows that you know it. I always say that. Okay, Taylor's giving some pretty good advice up in here. I'm loving the way she works with people too. Damien has this constant Keith Sweat pleading kind of thing going. Did you guys notice that? This thing in his voice and the way he looks, it just so much reminds me of this Keith Sweat thing when he performs. That it works very well, and he was singing a spit out of this song. So much stage presence, and he held that one note out perfectly long, beautiful tone. Just amazing. And he added some nice little flourishes at the end that were very nice. Toya started out amping up the crowd and then telling them to get into it, and then she got immediately sexy as soon as she started singing the verse. I was like, go ahead on, girl. I loved how she was so tight on the rhythm and stomping the stage back and forth like she was stalking somebody. This was really a feel-good performance, and then she started climbing into this riff, and I was just like, it just took it to another level for me. Blake mentioned that run right away and complimented Damien on his performance but preferred her. Pharrell called Damien's a flawless performance but told Toya she tore the place down. Gwen felt it was a great song for Damien but was shocked by Toya. And Adam chose Damien because he feels he's most prepared for future rounds and mentioned his connection to the songs he sings. And I kind of understand that, but nobody stole her, and I was like, oh no, I don't know why, because she really, okay. TeamBlake was up next with Jesse Pitts versus Tanner Linford. Jesse Pitts chose Your Song by Elton John, the Ellie Goulding arrangement, and Taylor took the lead in giving her pointers about her movements from rehearsal, and Blake basically told her to sing out just to be louder. Tanner Linford chose Calling All Angels by Train, and he was a little starstruck singing in front of Taylor Swift, and I ain't mad at him. And she said he had an amazing voice, and she told him to work the cute boy factor and gave him a point in the song to make major eye contact with the audience. So Jessie started out, and she has a voice that just takes me somewhere sweet, and she works it for everything it's worth. She also showed a good amount of range in this and really took the lyrics to the coaches and to the audience. She was very much just giving it everything, just leaning into them, and just it was really, really nice. Gwen looked like she was about to cry, and both her and Pharrell said wow when she finished. And did Taylor skip into the song while the lights went down? I think he did, because he did it again. He did it a few times during the performance, and I was just like, it just made me chuckle, right? He was really ramping up the energy in this and trying to tap into all the emotion he could muster. I love his voice, but kind of felt like he was trying too hard, but it was over before I even got a chance to really enjoy it. It was just too short, and that's a good thing. Leave him one more, but it was just too short. Pharrell said what Tanner brought to the stage made him look at it differently, and said Jessie converted him while saying they both have really bright futures. Pharrell said Tanner has come really far and called Jessie's performance off the chart. Adam said Tanner has a cherub-like presence but sings like he's huge, but wasn't impressed by Jessie. Did he say wasn't impressed or did he say he was impressed? Maybe my ears was bothering me. I don't know. You gotta tell me down in the comments. I'm not absolutely sure. Okay, so Blake chose Jessie Pitts because she has a clearer vision of the artist she wants to be and is more ready for the live shows. In his opinion, that's what he said. Last up, we had TeamPharrell with Luke Wade versus Taylor Phelan, and Luke Wade chose Rich Girl by Hall & Oates. And Taylor called his tone perfect and said she wants to hear him on the radio. Then Pharrell asked him to vary his tone a little in the upper parts of his register, while Taylor gave him a way to start out his performance, basically giving him a little stagecraft to work on. Then Taylor Phelan chose Rather Be by Clean Bandit featuring Jess Glynn, and Taylor Swift noticed that he was not really playing the guitar and had him put it down after the first rehearsal, and Pharrell was trying to get him to loosen up and live in the moment on stage. So Luke started out as Taylor Swift had advised him, and it was alright. It was pretty good. Gave a little bit of swagger to the performance. He has a really pleasing sound and gave me a little smile with his little he was doing. Kind of did a little scat right out there in the middle somewhere. This shit was very short, but it looked like he was out of breath at the end, and I was like, that was so short. Could he be out of breath already? Taylor Phelan had a little bounce going on as he started this out, and the song sounded really great in his voice, and it really lifted the energy of the show for me. At the end, wait till the end, it should have been earlier, but it was just full of energy and passion and everything, and I really liked it. I wanted to hear more of this. Very, very good. Gwen said they're both seriously good and said the song was perfect for Luke's voice and liked Taylor without the guitar and called it unique. Adam thought they were both winners and threatened to steal either one. Blake thought Luke ad-libbed too much and preferred Taylor. And Pharrell chose Luke Wade because he felt he's a little more unique. Then Adam and Gwen chimed in to steal Taylor, and Adam was messing with Blake, and Blake chimed in, and Taylor chose Adam as his coach because he's been fighting for him every round. Good show, not good show, let me know. Thumb it up. Tell me what's going on down in the comments. I appreciate you guys for sticking around. This is Robert Anton, robertantonnyc.com. I will see you, I believe, tomorrow night. Alright, I'm out. I don't even know what am I doing with my hands? What am I doing?